These are how you can improve your styling and turn your web page from this into this. So let's go. Think of the things inside your web page, also called the elements, as boxes. Now imagine stacking these boxes on top of one another, like playing a game of Tetris. Which brings me to my first tip of styling. Think of styling like playing a game of Tetris. In Tetris, the goal is to make all the different shapes fit perfectly, leaving no gap or weird protrusions. I feel the same should be applied when styling a web page. Look at this current website. Everything looks like they are forced to be there and doesn't fit nicely. It feels off. However, we can change this by doing the following. In Tetris, there are different shapes that can be played. Why not change the element of the website into different shapes so that you can style it like playing Tetris? So see which elements can be lengthened vertically rather than horizontally, let's say, and make necessary changes if there is any elements inside it. Or oppositely, which element can be lengthened horizontally rather than vertically. But don't just resize the element randomly. Instead, think about how each one fits with the others, ensuring a balanced layout just like a perfect game of Tetris. Or alternately, you can see which element can be put inside of which element, so that you can reduce the number of blocks that you can stack on top of one another. But fit perfectly doesn't mean squeezing all of them together without spacing in between in this case of a website. But different from a game of Tetris, when styling a website, you do not squeeze all of them perfectly together without spaces in between to make your design more balanced and more breathable, rather than just squeezing all of them together and looking more cramped. And lastly, the website should not feel like a messy mess, but rather a clean mess. It should have a pattern and some sense of order throughout the page. Now back to the example website. All the elements with border will look something like this. Let's apply what we have learned. The first tip we talk about is lengthening the elements vertically to horizontally and vice versa. So the first thing that I could possibly change is the About Me section. I could perhaps lengthen it horizontally so that it has the same length as the header box. Another change that I could possibly do is putting the tree navigation inside the header part of the website. Maybe putting it at the right side of the header or at the bottom of the header part for mobile. Or even better, hiding the tree navigation behind a menu icon. I could also remove the sentence in the header to make it look more clean. Now look at the difference, it's a major improvement already. Let's move on to the next styling tip. If designing and installing your own website is hard for you, you can also use templates online that you can find and learn from them or use it. In fact, the website that I created for my client in the past uses templates to create it. There are many proven templates that you can find online, such as by searching on Google or Pinterest website templates. Or you can search on YouTube and learn from professional web designers like the Website Architect. So let's do so with our simple current website. In the YouTube channel The Website Architect, he shows different website section templates that we can use for different scenarios. So for the About Me section, maybe I could use this template to make it look more nice. But now it looks kind of strange, so maybe perhaps we can lengthen the paragraph so that it fits the height of the image, or center the paragraph to the middle of the row. Now the website looks more nicer, so let's move on to the next tip. The first thing that you might thought of when you first look at the website if you're a normal person is probably, God damn, the colors are so ugly. And I totally agree. The colors are shocking and outstanding, which may cause the people looking at your website to leave. So let's fix that. The rule of thumb that I tend to follow when choosing a color is black, white, one primary color, and sometimes one secondary color sprinkled here and there. You can add a different shade of these colors also, for maybe when the user hover over a button, let's say. The primary color should have a contrast with the color of the background, whether black or white. The secondary color should also contrast with wherever the element of wherever the color will be is at. With that, let's go back to the example website. First, choosing the colors. I'm going to stick with black, smoke white, and I like this green, so this green will be my primary color. I will leave out the secondary color as I feel that it's unnecessary. For the background, the only option that I feel is appropriate is smoke white. For the header portion, I will probably try a different shade of white, or maybe the color between white and black, aka grey, I think. For the header text, I'm going to color them in the primary color, green. For the remaining text, I will stick it to black. It looks nicer. After doing these styling tips that I talked about, there are some minor issues that start to become more obvious. Some minor issues include the gaps around the header portion, so let's remove that. The borders, so maybe decrease the widthness a bit. The line underneath the navigation, so maybe let's remove that. Instead of trying to fix the styling of everything at once, you can just fix the major problems first, and then when the minor ones start to appear, then you can fix it. So yeah, these are how you can improve your current styling. So anyways, that's my opinion. Bye.